प्राइसेस में भी काफी वॉल्टिलिटी देखने को मिली है। एक तरफ डायमंड पेनिट्रेशन है जो काफी बड़ी है, दूसरा डायमंड की एस्पिरेशंस काफी बड़ी हैं। लोग अफोर्डेबल डायमंड्स भी लेना चाहते हैं और लोग लग्जरी डायमंड तो इन एनी केस यहाँ पर अच्छा खासा प्रचलन है ही। तो यहाँ से किस तरह की वॉलेटिलिटी, किस तरह से वैल्यू क्रिएशन, सर्टिफिकेशन और आगे जाकर किस तरह से यहाँ पर मार्केट रह सकती है, इस पर करेंगे बात। रिचा, यू हेड द नेचुरल डायमंड काउंसिल, सो इट्स नो ब्रेनर कि आपको यहाँ पर इसकी शुरुआत करनी चाहिए। जहां पर हम खड़े हैं 2022 हमने डायमंड के ऑल टाइम हाई प्राइसेस देखे थे, उसके बाद अच्छी खासी वॉलेटिलिटी है। यूजुअली हम कहते हैं हीरा है सदा के लिए, डायमंड इज फॉरएवर। लास्ट 3 इयर्स में हमने इंटरनेशनल मार्केट्स में और जिस तरह से डायमंड मूवमेंट यहाँ पर आते हुए देखी है, हाउ वुड यू समराइज इट?
आई थिंक हीरा इज स्टिल सदा के लिए. इट्स जस्ट दैट we need to remind ourselves to do a few things, and as an industry I think we've forgotten and we've slowed down on certain initiatives. A reminder of why a natural diamond or how a diamond makes sense. While there is volatility in pricing, I think that we could have leveraged more the fact that gold prices shot through the roof. You know, diamond could have leveraged this opportunity a lot more than we did. Very select jewelers made opportunity, made use of this opportunity. The fact that the consumer, today you scroll through Instagram, मुझे आज किसी ने बोला कि हमारा, सचिन said कि हमारी pricing, gold की demand ज़्यादा है. Which 22-year-old on their scroll has any jewelry which is beyond diamonds? तो अगर तुम्हारा को social media is so pro diamonds that it's an indicator of what is coming. For me, a very big indicator was the South's acceptance, and you will tell me, but South's acceptance of studded jewelry, whether it was 18 karat, was coming into every store, beyond select store, and that was a very big indicator. The indicators here, I think what we've done not so well is that we haven't leveraged the opportunity as much. हम अभी भी पीछे खड़े हुए कह रहे हैं, हाय प्राइस इतनी बढ़ गई या इतनी गिर गई. I think that those who have worked on, select people who worked on it have done better, and there are lots of things we need to do, but starting point is there, and you have some of the people who actually leverage this opportunity and said, whether it's the consumer mindset, the new age consumer who is not an Indian consumer but a global Indian consumer. I keep saying, आप किसी 22-year-old को जाके पूछो फिल्म फेयर में किसी ने क्या कपड़े पहने, और अगले दिन पूछना मेट गाला में शाहरुख ने क्या पहना या आलिया ने क्या पहना, सबको मेट गाला पता होगा. So you forget that we are Indian at heart, but we are observing the world, and our teams are not trained to be observing the world and mixing it. So you have to balance this cultural shift as well. It's beyond pricing. I think pricing पे attention होना चाहिए, but अभी के लिए थोड़ा disproportionate attention है.
Alright. नहीं, प्राइसिंग पे हमेशा से यहाँ पर वो अटेंशन रहता है, बट एज आई सेड, 2 मार्केट्स होती हैं डायमंड में. एक तो वो जो अफोर्डेबिलिटी देखती है, एस्पिरेशनल देखती है, और दूसरा जो इन एनी केस लग्जरी है, जिसको डायमंड ओन करना ही है. बट जैसे यहाँ पर रिचा ने बोला भी कि साउथ इंडिया फॉर द लॉन्गेस्ट टाइम बोलता था यहाँ पे डायमंड नहीं चलता, यहाँ पे तो सब लोग गोल्ड ही लेते हैं. बोथ ऑफ यू, मिस्टर कपूर, विजय जी, आप दोनों हमें ये बताइए कि क्या साउथ इंडिया अब डायमंड की तरफ जा रहा है? Are the markets opening up now?
Well, as we are based in Bangalore, I must say that we've never had a what you call a dip in the diamond side. We've been, in the diamond business for approximately, the first diamond we sold, I think, was 1889. Okay, so the jewelry and the diamond industry in South is strong. The preference is also because they are at a much higher quality standard. So there is a very low consumption of low quality of diamonds. So that has probably kept the demand side high, because they've always found it to be more, sound purchases. They've never had a feeling of being, consuming something that is lower or questionable. That's what has been the South, overall South feeling.
Absolutely right, I agree. And as sir is basically from Bangalore, I have worked in tier 3, tier 4 cities also. I think so we have like a totally different kind of experience. But yes, the diamond industry, I'll tell you, I've been in this industry for like 20 years, 23 years. And there used to be a box I saw. Diamond, if somebody is saying, so you open the box and show it to them, okay? These are the diamonds. And that gradually it went to one 5-foot counter. And now I proudly say in Tier 3 city also we keep nearly 600 to 1000 carats of diamond. So that much of growth is there in last 20 years. Yes, but I agree with Sir. As Sir said, we do not want to compromise whether it's a gold or diamond. Very high standard of, see, people are still not accepting lower category of diamonds. We just started in North, and I see that we have the higher category as well as the lower one, and people pick and choose. But in South still, they are going to 18 karat of gold, but as far as diamond concerns, I think no. Yes, top quality.
Top quality diamond. Amit, 1989 is when they sold the first diamond.
1889.
1889. Guys, did you hear that? The first diamond sold was 1889. So this is a market that goes way long back. There was no certification at that point in time.
There was no certification until the 2000s, until GIA came to India.
GIA, Amit, are you certifying those 1889 kind of diamonds?
I think those will be the rarest of the rarest diamond. GI started in 1940, and it's an interesting story. This is started by Mr. Robert N. Sippy. So when he understood the problem in the industry, he traveled across the Europe, did studies, and starting from 1920 until 1931. And then he came back to America, sold his wife jewelry, and established Gemological Institute of America as a non-for-profit organization. And it started as a educational institute. Because when he saw the industry, he didn't see the problem in gem or jewelry. He thought it is people, and that's need education. So GI started with education. And every time I think of GI's contribution to this industry, it is spectacular. And Manisha, imagine a world where there is no forces. I just want you to imagine that confusion, that doubt. I think that is the biggest gift what GI has given to the industry. That somebody sitting in Surat could peacefully say to somebody in San Francisco, even without meeting. So I think that's the GI contribution. All the GI is known for diamond, famous for diamond, but GI is the first one to introduce 7 pearl factor also, color stone also. But I think what they did for diamond industry is fabulous. And I will give you another interesting story. Everybody must have seen a loop. Okay. That loop was invented by GIA. It's a 10x simple loop. That was the first time there was a common way of seeing diamond. And that was a gift of GIA to the industry. And for me, that is not an instrument or a tool. It is an ornament that united the entire industry. You see that loop hanging in the trader, a gemologist, a retailer. So it's a fabulous story, and the way I'm learning more about GI, it is an amazing contribution to the industry, and that's why I still continue the same ethos that industry faced.
When we've heard about South, let's listen about North now. And Shreyansh, I've been listening to you earlier as well. You swearing on the natural diamonds and how that is the credibility, that is the trust, that is where you want to be truthful to. How has the diamond journey been for you, and what is it that you look forward from here?
Right. So our company has been in business for more than 70 years. And out of 70 years, if I remember correctly, we have been exporting to 40 years. In 40 years also, we are exporting worldwide. And diamond is something I think we introduced in the year 1992. That was the first time when we did it. And like Amit ji is rightly saying, GI is the foremost body to get into diamonds. In fact, when I did my education also from US, I was advised that GI is the only place. I was chatting with them earlier, and we went to GI Carlsbad for my education as a gemologist. But having said that, I have always believed in the diamond story, and there are several reasons for it. First of all, this is one gem. When you hold it up in the sunlight, and if you see the brilliance, fire, and scintillation which this gemstone has, I don't think so there's anything comparing in the world. And when a beautiful person, like two ladies on my right and left, if they are wearing diamonds, I mean, it just takes to the zenith level as far as the beauty is concerned. Because, it's never for a box, it's never for a pudiya, it's never for a plastic bag. It's always for graceful ladies like on my right and left. to adorn the beautiful jewelry and the beautiful diamond. And you know, diamond is real, diamond is rare, diamond is love, diamond is romance, diamond is everlasting companionship. I can go on and on. I have a great passion. I've done 2 TED Talks on diamonds.
This is poetry.
Let me tell you
right
this. I've done 2 TED Talks on diamonds. And so I love talking about diamonds. I love feeling, breathing, all about it. But yes, it's all real. That's where I'll stop.
This man clearly is in love and in love with diamonds. So Uncle, let me come to you then. And we moved from south and north and now to the eastern part of the world. How, I mean, we all know your story. I mean, we've seen more and more people work with your dad as well. How would you say that the diamond story has been? And I get, G's point that larger diamonds, credible diamonds, expensive diamonds is what they do. But is it also about the design around these diamonds that seems to be really picking up? Is the story?
So for East India, there are 2 kinds of market. One is a very premium, high-end market for diamonds, and there are these customers who would really go for large sets with a lot of diamonds, and that is something that has been doing very well over the years. The last 2-3 years, it's facing somewhat challenge because of the price challenges, but I think the interest and the love for the diamonds hasn't gone away in that segment. So there is another segment which is the young generation, the mass, who are aspiring to own diamonds, and those are the smaller size diamonds. And if you look at it over the last 10-15 years, it's been growing no matter what the price is. For them, it is about aspiration, it is about design, it is about showcasing who you are, modernity and femininity. So that is something that the working women and the women for casual wear, I think affordability has become a big point. So 9 carat, 14 carat, unlike in South India. I think East is very open, and so is North, about experimenting with new things and trying out with new designs. And I think that if you look at the data, we've been looking at about, on an average, some year 15% growth, some year 30% growth on diamonds in terms of overall value, as well as in terms of volumes. There is a 10 to 15% growth year after year. But unfortunately, in spite of our full effort, and that is a challenge I think for all of us as an industry, is how do we try to sell more diamonds to the consumer. And I think that we would request NDC and all the industry people that the desire is there, but we need to confidently put it forward to the consumer.
So perhaps marketing and campaigning is something that diamond as an industry needs way more than it has done earlier. We come to Richa for that. But Western India, and Saurabh, we've seen penetration for diamonds go higher, not just metros, tier 2, tier 3 cities as well, and the price point has been increased as well. How have you read it in this part of the country?
Certainly, a lot of people have said diamonds have always played an aspirational role. Gold has been like a bread butter, diamond has been like a jam, a cherry, and that's always been that way. That you first buy gold, your first purchase would be a gold chain, could be a gold bracelet, and diamond buying has been aspirational, and that has been even what we have seen diamond. Diamond always seen as something which is a dream, which is like expressing things which are beyond words, luxury. And I think as a country, as we have seen the way the country has developed, per capita income has gone up and diamond sales have gone up. Awareness has done a huge role in this. If you look at the way DBOs have campaigned, some years ago they launched brands. They had made diamond a thing which people had not even heard of experiencing it. Like when we started business in 1832, I don't think we sold diamond for first 70 years. Must be in the late 1800s we sold diamond, and that too must be only for royalty. So like we were the royalty of Sangli, Miraj, Kolhapur were people who had bought diamond because they had the exposure. But now when you're seeing it, it's gone up to the grassroots level. Tier 2, tier 3 cities also are diamond markets today. And in fact, what I realized is that those are markets which are faster growing. Like at PNG, we have seen our sales in those cities have seen a growth of 50-60% plus year over year. And that I think is what is the essence of it, that you have to be able to connect to people who have the buying power but who have not known what a diamond is, who have not been exposed to a diamond, the beauty of a diamond. And I think marketing, awareness, but I think for what really I feel at a company level is to first have the mindset to sell a diamond. It's very easy to sell gold. there's a demand for it and you're selling it. But to be able to create a mindset among your employee to sell diamonds, making them aware of how to sell diamond, that's what is very important. And I think that is what we're seeing today, that even in the remote of villages, diamonds are being known, diamonds are being bought. So that I think is a great opportunity. And when you look at data also, I mean, if Indian diamond penetration would be less than 15-16%. So I think as a country, when gold penetration is more than 60%, we have a huge task to cover and also a huge opportunity. So West India definitely is, but I think what you also realize is as we are going into Central and North India, those are by default more studded markets. So there the share is in larger because there people are more aware of it. And I think as a country, diamond are a great future here. And Indians look at anything which they buy, which are resale value. That's where natural diamond player have an edge. And I'm confident that as we see more per capita income, as people get more exposure, this is just going to keep on rising and rising.
So as everybody said, it's easier to sell gold. People buy gold very easily, but when it comes to diamond, you have to make a bit of effort there. And this one is to you. When it comes to India, essentially, just trying to understand the market here.
25,000
0.3, 0.5, or then it's directly 3 carat and 5 carat and beyond. Is that how you see the market in India?
So I think if you look back the past data, and I will just add some statistics to what Saurabh spoke. I think India is in a beautiful spot. Okay, I think if you look at the per capita income, today we are GDP, we are looking at around $4.1 trillion economy. By 2030, it is expected to be close to $8 trillion economy. What does that mean? That means in next 5 years, we are adding in new India to it. There's one more India getting added from a GDP point of view. Per capita, which is around $2,400, doubling up to around close to $4,800. What does that mean? That in next 5 years, you see a huge, influx of middle class, audience have a higher disposable income, and when they have a higher disposable income, they will spend money on the product that is more aspirational. And diamond, particularly natural diamond, fits in absolutely there.